Coming at you live from my home office here in beautiful La Puente. I'll just start calling it La Puente. Hey, this is an emergency edition of All Dodgers Live. What is going on, gang? Hey, look at us. We're here on a Sunday, unexpectedly. Folks that are hanging out in the chat know what's up. You guys probably got those notification bells turned on because it is a time to celebrate. The Dodgers make their first damn move of the new year. We had to wait an entire 7 days for something big to happen, and it was one of the bigger things that they could have done left that made sense. It wasn't going to be a Cody Bellinger. It wasn't going to be insert other name here, a Matt Chapman. No, they needed an outfielder. They wanted pop. They mentioned it yesterday, and they went out and got the dude. They got Teoscar Hernandez on an incredibly team-friendly and incredibly Andrew Friedman-esque deal. Guys, drop into the chat. Let me know where you are representing your Dodgers fandom tonight on this Sunday unexpected live stream. I figured I'd pop in right now. Everybody's going live. Everybody's about to go live. We'll get in. We'll get out quick. Let's have some fun on this as fast as we can as we learn more, and then there'll be a full show on Monday. Then we should have a special guest on with us live as well. I'm going to jump into the chats and then we will go into some reactions. I guess I should probably put out there, what's going on first. The Dodgers, according to Jeff Passan, later backed up by Ken Rosenthal, so it's juicy. Jeff Passan breaking outfielder Teoscar Hernandez and the Los Angeles Dodgers are in agreement on a 1-year, $23.5 million contract, sources tell ESPN. And when sources tell ESPN news like this, when Jeff Passan tweets about it, Jeff is at a point in his career where he's not actively seeking out the news. No, this is going to ESPN so they can put it on the news. So they could put it on SportsCenter. It could get on the little breaking ticker at the bottom. This is something that's an actual done deal. Now, this deal won't be done, of course, until until they clear a roster spot, until it's announced by the team. So there's still some red tape to get through, but hell of an offseason so far for the Dodgers, getting 3 of the top 20, top 15 free agents on the market. But let's get into the chat here. Noah Ortega's in the chat. I just popped in the first spot here. Noah Ortega says, hi Clint, hope your new year is going great so far. Hey, when we get moves, when we get excitement, when we get somebody that this team desperately need, a right-handed power bat, and few have been better in the league over the last half decade than Teoscar Hernandez, even though he's not somebody that Dodgers fans have seen a whole lot of over the years. He played a while in, he's been an American League player. Spent some time with the Blue Jays, with the Mariners last year. But Noah's in the chat. Trevor Ellis is $8 million deferred from 2030 to 2029. No, we will get into the deal in a second. DKM says only the people who know me can say hi, including you, Clint. What is going on? Thank you for hanging out with us, DKM. We got Jeremy H from Anaheim checking in. Go Dodgers! Hey, you're rooting for the right team down there in Anaheim. Back to Orthodoxy checking into the chat. Says Vargas and Bush and some high pitching prospects from Randy Rosarena, and we are unstoppable. I don't envision them doing anything else crazy. I just cannot picture another deal beyond this, because you need to have some sort of space for the young dudes down in the minor leagues. I just had the chat with Casey Porter. If you guys didn't see it, a lot of you guys did. Thank you for tuning into the first, what do they call those, YouTube premieres in the channel's history. Of you guys that did, that was fun. But Casey fired off some really, really good notes, some really good points about Miguel Vargas, about Michael Bush, and Bush is definitely somebody that needs to be traded, but how 2023 wasn't exactly the cleanest of years for them and for anybody trying to break into the league. So check out that video and about really, I should have titled the video how these guys could help and how they will help in 2023, but Dodgers 988 fan says it was Hector Gomez. Hector Gomez was one of the first on it for sure. Andrew Friedman kind of tipped his hand on what was it, Saturday? Was it yesterday where he went on the radio and said, or was it this morning where he went on the radio and said that, hey, we're looking for, the goal is, I got another screen over here. that they're gonna go out and try to get that right-handed bat. That's the thing. They were looking for a right-handed power bat, and that was one of the things that was the most obvious need that this team had. And I've been talking about it since, returning to doing the internet medium here, that this was a team that needed, or that had some large question marks in the outfield. Now you free up Chris Taylor, and we'll dive more into the fallout of this. Again, we'll make this a pretty short stream. Hit that thumbs up if you guys are in here, by the way. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit that bell if you want to make sure that you are alerted when we do go live, or when I do go live for breaking things, which I don't imagine there's going to be very many more breaking things. But anyways, I've lost my train of thought as I was rambling and mumbling there. Oh yeah, in the outfield, you needed help in the outfield. Chris Taylor can now become the super utility guy. Does this move close the door on a Kike Hernandez reunion? I would say so. I would imagine so. But hey, you know what? This team, this front office, you can tell, or you can say, they are not playing by the handbook of old. This is not the 2019, this is not the 2020, 2021, 2022 handbook anymore. This is a new handbook where they I wouldn't even say they throw caution to the wind, but they don't care about the past. They don't care about what did it this year or what last year or whatever it is. They care about what's going to work, what this team needs in the coming year to hopefully, knock on desk, win a World Series. And they've been they've had really good teams, but I was going to say they've been close. They have not been close. They've been bounced the last 2 years. And I wasn't very excited about an outfield of Chris Taylor, James Outman, and Jason Hayward as your more often than not guys starting in the outfield. Manuel Ortega on the Twitter machine asks, overpaid? I don't know. I mean, considering you're getting Teoscar Hernandez on a 1-year deal, he probably could have got less money elsewhere. More years with more guaranteed money over that time. But if you're paying him from 1 year, this is almost like what the Dodgers did with Trevor Bauer back in 2021. It's like, hey, you want a shorter deal? We're going to give you a lot of money. It's what they love to do. It's that, what they tried to do also with Bryce Harper. Give him a lot of money, reduce your strain, your commitment to the player by having them around for shorter. So on paper, I love the deal, and there are deferrals. Let's get into the deferrals of it real quick here. I think on MLB Trade Rumors is where they had it. Great spot to actually, and by the way, I only really want to talk about things now when it comes to rumors if they pop up on Trade Rumors, because they've been on fire this offseason. So Teoscar Hernandez's deal he's only getting paid $15 million of that salary, so the rest is going to be deferred, whatever it is, about $8.5 million deferred, paid out installments over 2030 to 2039. So also just kicking the can down the road even more down the road. And apparently Moises Fabian was the first. I don't even know who that guy is. He was the first dude who reported this. Another one of the independent baseball reporters we see online these days. They shout us out because I guess I'm technically one of those guys now, or independent analyst, whatever the hell you want to call them. But anyways, let's get into the chats right now, and then we'll kind of fire off. David was the first chat, by the way. Let's give a coin for that first one. David said W. Diane said, hi, DN. I don't think DN's in here unless Doug accidentally clicked into here. I know he's going live, or he is live by now. David Rivera in the chat. Kevin Uhas, wild offseason. Wild indeed. I was going to push a button, but I didn't find the right button. Now, what does this bring it up to in terms of free agency? Like $1.2 billion guaranteed, just somewhere in that neighborhood. Jeremy Bird saying, Dodgers heaven, what's going on? Mr. Gonzalez says, we are now really going to be hated. Bring it on. That is right. That is what's going on. Mr. Chewy. George, I'm not even going to try that last name. Hello, everyone. That was Getter. I don't know. I guess I was trying to get her done. Tantan says Deferral Nation. I love that. Welcome to Deferral Nation. Bob Nightingale in the chat says Dodgers using a firm for all these contracts, and I ain't mad. Hey, mash that heart button for Andrew Friedman getting the job done. I.E. Doyer brings an interesting point to the topic here, to the conversation. Thank you for hanging out with us here on the YouTube, saying extension probably coming during the season. And this is one of those guys, you get him on your team if you like the fit. yeah, you make it work. If they don't like the fit, then the two sides can kind of separate and do the do the fun, whatever, words. Poor House Picker says, "Let's fucking go!" In your face, sucker. And we say that to the rest of the league. Frankie Lopez says, "We got him, chat." Poor House Picker is also checking in from Virginia. Rancho Cucamonga for Bob Nightingale. Eric Johnson said, 1 year just above the qualifying offer. He is chasing a ring. Love it. So I think in one of the conversations, it might have been the stream I did with Doug last Tuesday. I don't remember exactly which one, or maybe it was drunkenly in a conversation by myself. I don't know, but one of the things I had mentioned of recent vintage was finding one of these guys, whether it be Pham, and they definitely could have got Tommy Pham on a much cheaper deal. He fit in his own way, but now you have a bona fide certified dude in left field. I mean, you really can put Teoscar Hernandez maybe near the same category as Randy Arozarena. Now, Arozarena has been louder. He's been flashier. He has a lot more pizzazz behind him because of the what's the word I'm looking for? He has a character. He has a brand that comes with him. Teoscar Hernandez, he, by all accounts, I know absolutely very little about him, but he's a guy who quietly does his work and shows up and goes out and hits you 25 to 35 home runs every single year. He had a great year, by the way. 2021 career high, I think it was 34 home runs. 100 and he broke 100 RBI. Like he's a guy who's got the talent, he's got the power. He's been successful in his career versus left-handed pitching, which is what this team really, really, really needed. Let me pull up the stats here so we can reference them whenever we want. Longtime Blue Jay, spent a little bit of time to open his career with the Astros, so we don't like him there. But he really, really came into his own over the last, we'll say, 5 or 6 seasons as a full-time player. 296 with an 870 OPS, 116 RBI as his all-star year in 2021. Great addition, and another all-star to add to the roster. Mr. /X on the YouTube, he asked, who are they cutting? That one, we don't know yet. That one, I would not be surprised to see them attempting to make a trade, try to swing a trade like they were doing leading up to the Yamamoto deal. They did not want to DFA Brian Hudson, and ultimately they were able to make a trade to get that one done, but there are some of these pitchers still. I think it's going to be a pitcher. They have a bunch of guys on there. I think this team really likes their position player. The group of position players that they have, including, they're not going to DFA Diego Cartaya. Hunter Fiducia is going to be one of those first up guys if somebody like Will Smith and Austin Barnes gets hurt. But you're looking at a Ricky Vanasco, you're looking at a Gus Varland, you're looking at a Yency Almonte. And yes, I understand that they just literally gave those dudes 1-year deals, arbitration deals this year, or just a couple of months ago or whatever it was. But still, those are the ones that they can DFA, because right now this team is burdened with way too many guys, and it's not season time yet, so they can't put anybody on the 60-man roster. If we were talking about in season, this team would be fine because they would have 5 or 6 open roster spots with guys going on the 60-day IL. But again, would not be surprising to see them swing some sort of move. But it's going to be one of the 3, Varland, Vanasco, or Almonte. Those guys, or even Caleb Ferguson, you can kind of lump him in at the very bottom of that. The fact that he's left-handed really helps him out, but I would almost guarantee not him. But they need some help. Those are the guys that are going to, I don't want to say do the least for this team. I mean, Almonte is obviously somebody they really want to rely on. But, if JP Fireeisen is good, or he's ready, he's healthy, Blake Treinen's ready, he's healthy, those are guys that are going to be a step or two above on the depth chart over somebody like Almonte. So one of those three guys, probably Vanasco, will be DFA'd before this Teoscar Hernandez deal gets done. So that was who are they cutting for Mr. /X. Let's see. Let me get down in the chat a little bit more. I'm a bit behind, way behind as usual. Javi Moneyman says, hey, La Puente is on in the house as well. So there we go. Seth Gribble asked why they defer the money on a 1-year deal. I think they're still trying to do everything they can to stay under that highest tier, that highest luxury tax threshold tier, or the Steve Cohen tier, where if you go over that, you got to pay, I forgot what it is, what the number is. I really got to look it up again, but you got to pay a lot of money, whatever the amount is. You are over the luxury tax threshold, you got to end up paying like double the amount or something like that. It's a lot of money. It's a dumb amount of money. Let's see. By the way, Diane Schroeder, of course, in the chat. She said mash that thumbs up button. Poor house picker said Doug just went live as well, but we're staying here. And I know my guy Doug's going to go out there and he's going to fire it up. Again, I'm going to be on here for not too long. We'll really go hard in the paint on Monday, reacting as we learn more, we find more. Soldier Light, interesting comment saying Josh hated the last piece of the puzzle. I don't know that that's going to happen. With if they're going that much money, they can really, if they're adding another $20 to $21 million, per season on somebody like Josh Hader, I think you could throw all caution to the wind. They are literally trying to go out and buy a World Series in 2024, and they could get just about anybody else they want. Just keep adding to the roster. But at this point, outside of really making drastic moves and getting a shortstop to put in place of Gavin Lux, who is somebody they already said they're going to run out there at shortstop. He's earned the opportunity to at least get a chance. They're not going to move Max Muncy, who just agreed to a 2-year deal in November or whatever it was, and took less money to stay in LA. Like, there's no, outside of a left-handed reliever and one more starter, there's no real clear area of upgrade anymore after they re-signed Jason Hayward. You got to run James Outman out there. When he was good, he was really good during the regular season, and got some itchies. And you hope that there was a lot that he learned along the way, or that he learned from his first big league season, first full season, and that he learned in his postseason failures. Greg M says, let's root for the Dodgers. Greg is checking in from Long Beach. That is right. I'm you know what? I mean, after doing the DN gig for years, like each season coming along, like it felt like more of a grind. It felt like, here we go again. Now, I mean, with this offseason, I have not been this excited, this energized, this reinvigorated to watch the Dodgers in a long time. And, you guys who watch Blue Heaven with me for a while, like, I talked about the team being kind of dull, being kind of boring, being kind of work a day, ho-hum, whatever it is. This is a very different team. If you go back even just 2 years, you're talking about going from Justin Turner to and Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager, all of that group of dudes, to now Teoscar Hernandez, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Jason freaking Hayward. It's a massively drastic change. Oh, by the way, Mookie Betts is now your starting second baseman. Freddie Freeman just kind of lumped in there. It's pretty damn crazy, too. Gus L says they should fire Dave Roberts and trade Austin Barnes. There's your next move. So if you guys like that one, rip Dave Roberts. Mr. Classic says we have so many prospects for a massive trade. OMG. Mr. Classic, you are 1,000% right. This team is really equipped to go out and do any freaking thing they really want to do. But I don't know what they want to do. I don't even know if they know what they want to do now. They usually do end up going the trade route when they're trying to improve their team. This is by far the busiest offseason we've seen from this organization in forever, doing or operating in free agency. They went all in. They went hard in the paint, and it's really fun to watch. But now they have all these prospects to do just about everything they need to do in season if they need to, or just heading into spring training. I'm interested to see what they do end up doing, because there is space, there is opportunity to still pull off more moves. And again, like the comment said, we need to see this team trade some prospects. Maybe not all of them, but these kids deserve an opportunity. And also, we're hitting that gong because we got a super chat from Ricky Vasquez, $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate you. Says Friedman playing chess, not checkers. Let's go. Now, this guy is going out there with the damn steamroller. He's getting what he wants. He sees it. He's attacking. Precision. He's an assassin this damn offseason. Sepulveda Kids, what's going on? Sepulveda Kids says, Vinny and Tommy must be smiling from blue heaven at the makeup of this team. This is going to be a fun team. This is going to be an exciting team to watch in 2024. And also, another reason it's going to be excited is because Diane said you guys should hit that thumbs up button for our guy Clint, who is me. Thanks for rocking with me, Clint Nation. You guys are Clint Nation if we're going to make it a thing. You guys are Clint Nation. 1,000%, because why not? Let's see. Luis Mestas also brings up the reality for Teoscar, saying Teo set up. It's a setup year to get a bigger contract in the future. That when we entered this offseason, the reports were that he was seeking a 3 to 4 year deal. I think one of the more recent reports from Hector Gomez said that the Dodgers were one of the teams that was willing to potentially go beyond a third year. I had thought I had him pegged going to the Red Sox. I felt the Red Sox through and through. They needed a win after all the change, all the turmoil, trading away Chris Sale, the last few years that they've had. But you know what? Like we had a comment a few streams ago, which I fully friggin' agree with. How could you not want to come to the Dodgers right now as a free agent? The dude's still getting paid. Teoscar Hernandez is still getting paid. He's still going to be a young enough free agent next winter to go out and get a lot of money. He's going to be 31, or he is 31 and will be playing in his age 31 season. He can still go out and get himself 4 or 5 year deal next year, especially if he has a really good year here in LA, working with the coaching staff, goes out and wins a World Series. That looks real nice on your goddamn resume. Bob Nightingale says Ricky is hot. I don't know what that's about, but it might have been about Ricky's super chat. So hit that gong again for his super chat, because I appreciate super chats a whole bunch. Devin asks, off topic, well, why can't JD play outfield? Well, 1, he's old. 2, he's broken. 3, he's old and broken, and his body falls apart, and that's why he was barely able to stay on the field that much. He only played in 113 games last year. Granted, they were phenomenal games, 33 home runs in a short amount of time, but I kind of like this move better. I would rather have Shohei Ohtani over JD Martinez, and I probably would rather have Teoscar Hernandez as somebody that offers some defensive versatility, because he can play some center, he can play some left, he can play some right. You know what? If James Outman has a really, really down year, you have 2 options now with Manuel Margot if he's going to stay on the roster, which I believe he is, and he's a fast dude. Manuel Margot, fast as fuck boy. So it's a diverse roster. It's not very slow. It's an athletic roster. It's a really athletic roster when you also look at the fact that, Shohei Ohtani is one of the faster dudes in baseball. And you have Margot. You still have an athletic enough, even if he's older, Jason Hayward. It's a good-looking roster. Gavin Lux batting 9th in your lineup. Chris Taylor around and available to fill in wherever he's needed. Expect him to get a lot of short, a lot of center, a lot of left field playing time. DJ Jesse, I love this. Padres Ben and Woods are going to be very...
It's over now.
Oh, wait, that one works. Very pissed on their live show tomorrow. Oh, yes. Yes, we love pissing off. Andrew Friedman, I think, loves pissing off Padres fans and Padres Nation these days. Let's see. Let's get down. Matt, make sure you guys remember to mash that thumbs up button while we're here, guys. Christian Gomez says Clint and D-Mac are live at the same time. One playing on my phone, one playing on my TV. Hey, I hope I got TV. At least I give you more screen. We were never really able to give a lot of screen over there. So I got you got all of this. I got guitars. There's I don't know if I ever updated the little live ticker, so I don't even know what that says. But hey, we're here. We're having a good time. Dodgers 2080, Mr. Tim Rogers in the stream says, "Hey Clint, AF with a legendary offseason. You know what? I love me some little Andy F. Andrew Friedman. I will go commission that statue for him right now. I tell you what, man, this is a guy that he knew what he wanted. He knew what this team wanted, and went out and he got it. And it's just okay. Let me update that because I don't want this thing saying I'm gonna work. Andrew Friedman knew what the hell he wanted, and he went out and got it. And it's an exciting time once again, to be a Dodgers fan. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Teoscar, probably should spell it right. Hernandez is a Dodger. Boom. Updating things. I have a lot of moving pieces. And now that's all broken, but whatever. It's going to look a little wonky for now as I update that screen. Darren Shepard said the name is the FRGs. No, I like Clinton Nation. I like Clinton Nation. It works. Because why not? I know Tim was on earlier. SD Dodger Tim, and he was talking all about Teoscar Hernandez. I think the last couple of streams that he's done is talking about Teoscar Hernandez and that edition. This week, I want to get some people on. I would love to get Tim, if you're down, if you're still on, let's connect on some content and look at this team and look at what this roster is looking like. Because we can do that now. Also, everybody here as a family, looking at even what the lineup's going to look like. Because I actually tweeted it earlier, or I wrote it down last night because I had a feeling. That today was going to be the day. So if I remember, which I won't, last night, 11:25 p.m., I wrote the projected lineup with Teoscar Hernandez, and I think he's somebody who's going to play the lion's share of games in left field. But it's a good looking lineup. Let me get a screen grab, and I'm going to throw it on the screen. It's going to look poor, but we'll rock through it, gang. I want to know what you guys think, and how would you adjust the lineup? Because again, I believe this is a very, very, very formidable lineup, even with a couple of the question marks and the sort of overly left-handedness of the lineup, or potentially overly left-handedness of the lineup. It's still a really freaking good lineup, if I do say so myself. Sorry, the camera's in the way as I'm trying to get into my screenshots. This is the right one. Let's open it. That's going to be there. Boom. It's going to look real tiny, but we're going to make it big. What do you guys think about this lineup? I'll put it over here so at least I have some screen. Oh, I have to put it here so I don't block myself. But if you're looking at Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, and this is my version of a lineup, I do think Teoscar Hernandez is somebody who could be hitting cleanup for this team. And all of a sudden now your cleanup hitter from 2023 is batting 6th. That's a scary looking lineup. Yeah, still noticeably left-handed because Chris Taylor is not going to be in there. We'll dive into this. We'll talk about this more legitimately with more thoughts about right-handed pitching versus left-handed pitching. But, day in, day out, this is a lineup that you could really look at. You could see out there more often than not. And, sources say it's a pretty damn good lineup. So I'll leave that up there for a few seconds. A few more seconds, and then read a couple of comments. Nora Ortega says, I'm going to miss all the awesome defensive plays of CT3. Hernandez, he's not a terrible defender. I retweeted, unless it was a joke. I probably should have looked at what I retweeted more so earlier, but somebody had put together like a highlight reel of his defensive plays over his career. I did retweet it, and it was good. He makes his plays. He goes out there. He makes a difference on the field, and again, all around the field. We're talking about right field, left field, center field. This is an all-star Major League Baseball player. So check that out. I'll throw that in when we talk more about him tomorrow. Hopefully with our special guest. Let me take that off the screen so I just don't look like a half a dude on there. But, let's get back into the comments. But, CT3 is going to still be able to be around and make his mark on defense. Nando390 checking in. What's going on, Nando390? My thoughts to your wife's boyfriend. Says, does this mean a big trade is coming? Time to clear up some 40-man spots. Touch on this a little bit earlier. There's got to be something. You would imagine there's something on the horizon because One, yeah, you'd absolutely need to clear some roster space. You need to clear at least one spot for sure. But if you're looking at what they have, it's really just pitchers they can move, and I don't know that they have like a lot of pitchers they can move from the 40-man roster. Like there's not a lot of players they want to lose that are currently on the 40-man roster. Like there's too much talent on this team, and it's almost to a detriment in a way. Again, Yency Almonte is somebody, if we're just going down the list on the 40-man, he is somebody who is on a hot seat with his roster spot. Caleb Ferguson is somebody who less so is on the hot seat, but if the Dodgers somehow went out and signed Josh Hader, Caleb Ferguson's fully on that hot seat. Really, I mean, hell, we could talk about Michael Grove. I very much doubt they would move Michael Grove. He's somebody who's young. He's got upside stuff. He's got a lot of team control, but it's about improving your team incrementally. And if you need a spot for somebody that is slightly better or significantly better than one person, that would be an option, But the other ones are more likely it'll be Vanasco or Gus Varland. Those are the ones that are going to go. They're not going to DFA Hunter Fiducia. They look at this dude as somebody who's going to be an important part of the roster as the backup if one of the major league catchers gets hurt. If they find a way to trade Manuel Margot, maybe. I don't see that happening, and Andy Pages is one of their top outfield prospects when he gets back and healthy from his shoulder surgery he underwent last year. Piggybacking, Dodgers fan for life on YouTube says next move should be signing Josh Hader. Again, if they're going to go over that Steve Cohen luxury tax threshold tier, I think they're going way over it. They literally want to do everything they can to win, to buy a championship in 2024. Kevin Uhas says he went to the Dodger Stadium for a clubhouse tour on Saturday, and the employees there are as excited as we are about this team. This team has a chance to do something historical. This is going to be, and we've seen historic things happen from this team, from this organization over the last handful of years. We've seen in each of the last 5 full regular seasons they've had, or whatever the hell it is, they've had 100+ win seasons. It's pretty damn good. But we'll get through a few more comments, and then I'll hammer out a few more thoughts about this Hernandez thing, and then we'll really lean into it. I'm already on longer than I anticipated. I knew people were going to be jumping into the big boy chats and live streams going on, but I appreciate the hell out of you guys for rocking with us. Greg M. said, love your show. You rock. I very much appreciate it. We are about to hit 1 month of doing this. I think tomorrow is 1 month, just past 3,500 subscribers. I literally could not do it without you guys, and I fucking love you for it. I definitely love you guys for it. Diane says we need one more starter. That's a move. That's a move that can happen. That's a move where you trade a few dudes that you don't necessarily need, you don't have a plan for in 2024, and you move it. You move these guys and make your team that much better on the fringes or on the putting green. I guess if we're gonna talk about fringes, I'm gonna talk about golf. Diane says, I hope you love your new gig, Clint. You deserve it. I appreciate you. Big things will keep coming, by the way. Hopefully in about 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks, there's knocking on desk again. Hopefully could be some big news coming ahead. So hoping for the best, fingers crossed. I won't talk about it until anything gets more close to reality. Gus L. asking, will the Dodgers still re-sign Kershaw? I think it's a strong possibility. If they do, it's not going to happen until, what am I looking for? Sorry, saw text and I got distracted. It's not going to happen until spring training. I think it's not going to happen until they can place players on that 60-man roster, on that 60-day IL, and free up a 40-man roster spot. And I kind of had that thought, that opinion with Doug when he was on with me earlier this week, that there's a possibility, maybe, just maybe, the Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw already have a gentleman's agreement in place where it's like, yeah, you're going to come back. We want you back. You want to be back, and we're going to sign you. Just give us some time. And he's cool with it. He doesn't care. He doesn't need to make headlines anymore. He's made plenty in his career. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. Mikey Kim, really, I'm assuming Mikey Kim likes the Teoscar Hernandez contract just for 1 year, because I'm thrilled about 1 year, because that gives you so much optionality as an organization. If it is 1 year, I do think he would, unless they want to extend him, like give him a massive extension like we already talked about earlier, like a 3, 4, 5 year extension. I think he would test free agency again next winter just to try to get that one big deal. We've seen players of this age sign the shorter or sign that kind of mid deal. I look at like A.J. Pollock, who kind of was screwed over by his 4-year deal because of the 5-year deal, whatever it was, because of when the Dodgers traded him. And he's been struggling ever since. He was coming off a platform year. He had a really good year, and then he was traded and had a god-awful year for the White Sox, where everybody was just having a god-awful year with the White Sox, because White Sox, they suck. So you go out and you sign your 1-year deal. You have a good year. You bet on yourself. You go out and win a title, and you go out and sign a 3, 4, 5-year deal 1 year older, and you buy yourself that much more security. And, hey, you also getting paid pretty handsomely for one deal. Let's see. Dodgers, Tim's going to be on at 9 tonight. I just saw in the chat here. So make sure you guys follow Tim afterwards. Oh, damn, look at that. I'm late on these, but we got 2 super chats in the house. Mike Lerma says, hi, Clint, go Dodgers. Thank you, Mike. And Diane Schroeder, I love you, Diane. She says, I am so glad to see so many regulars sticking around while another show is on. I'm glad to see many regulars sticking around. Oh, I think it might have copy-pasted twice. But, yes, you guys hanging out here, I try not to be thrills. I try not to be overly smart, overly dumb. I try to just give you guys, hopefully, what you want on a show, and be as realistic about it as possible. And what's that? Did I see a third super chat and a second coming in from Ricky Vasquez? Thank you, Ricky. Says $1.99 super chat. Bellinger and Soler punching air right now. I mean, imagine like if I was Cody Bellinger, god damn would I want to come back home to the Dodgers so bad. I would want to put aside my ego of you know what? This is a team that did not tender me a contract after multiple bad years. Understandably for them, they did not want to put faith in me for whatever it was, $17.8 million that offseason. And now you see all of this happening. Punching air. Great way of saying it. Great comment from Ricky. Great comments from everybody right now. But great comment here from Austin Brubaker. So good evening, Clint. It's a great day to be a Dodger. It's a great day to be Dodgers fans. It's a great offseason to be Dodgers fans. There's definitely reason to be worried because you get this many new pieces. Might take some time to gel, to develop that new clubhouse chemistry. But thankfully, there are some holdovers that really, for me, help me feel so damn good about any new people coming in and gelling with this team quick. And, in years past, it would have been Justin Turner, but now we're looking at Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, but also sneaky Gavin Lux. That is a clubhouse dude right there. And Max Muncy knows when to put his arm around people. Jason Hayward is an absolute stud in that locker room when it comes to getting new people, new personalities, getting a team together, synergy. So I feel really confident about all of these moves, working out because, hey, you know what? They should work out. You spend a lot of money. You expect it to work out. I think so. Let's see. Zubaydin says, sorry, 32 homers in 2021 and 20 plus homers over the last 2 years, above average or average above 250. We're talking about the numbers. Sorry, I probably butchered the name. I'll get better at saying your name. Zubai. I'm going to call it Zubai. Teoscar Hernandez, we're looking at the numbers. I don't want to dive too much into the numbers. We got a lot we'll do on another show tomorrow, Monday. Hopefully should have a live guest with us. Either way, we will. I'm pretty sure I got somebody locked in. Unless something changes, because I know who he works for. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at just the last 3 years for Teoscar Hernandez, 870 OPS with 32 homers and 116 RBI in 2021. 2022, 131 games, 267 OPS over 800, and last year played in 160 games for the Mariners. 741 OPS. It's a little bit down, but still 26 homers, 93 RBI. And this is somebody who could clean up for the Dodgers. It's somebody who could hit 5th, 6th, 7th. He can move all around, and it's really it just helps lengthen that lineup so much. Because admittedly, even still with the bottom 3 of the lineup, you know, there's a shit ton of upside with those guys, but it's also a little frightening to think of. Not frightening, but you know, you do have your concerns when you're thinking about, you know, Jason Hayward, James Outman, and Gavin Lux, who's coming off of a knee injury. 3 lefties in a row, then Mookie, you know, turning the lineup over. What we see, you know, like even the little lineup that I threw on the screen here, it's not guaranteed. That's definitely far from guaranteed. It's really good. A lot of LHBs in there. But, you know, you move any of those guys around, you're going to be in a good spot. You know, Shohei can hit all types of pitchers. Freddie can hit all types of pitchers. Jason Hayward is a straight-up platoon. So Manuel Margot is in there against left-handed pitching, giving you another right-handed batter. Who knows what happens with Outman? Who knows where Chris Taylor figures into this lineup? But he will figure into this lineup. Probably there as a center field option at times, and probably as a shortstop option at times. Hey, even potentially as a third base option at times. Craig says it's either all or nothing for these podcasts. Yeah, when we're talking about live streams and we're talking about breaking news, everybody's got to jump on. I waffled on it. I was going to like do a standalone video and just really touch on the what am I looking for? The details of it, but I was like, no, that's boring. You got to react. You got to have fun when it comes to signing one of the top free agents that was still left on the market. Darren mentioned or did ask, I guess this means no for Kike. I said that at the top of the show. I do not think there's any spot for Kike Hernandez left on this roster unless they find a way to include like Chris Taylor in a deal. He's still got two years left on his contract, I believe it is, plus an option in 2026. If highly unlikely, but if CT3 is included in some sort of trade package along with like Michael Busch and, you know, whatever. We'll just say Michael Busch, whatever, and a couple of pitchers, whatever. If that's a thing, then there's potentially a spot open for a Kike Hernandez reunion. I just don't personally see that happening, but I do see that Grayson Kukuk, or however you say it. I probably shouldn't say it that way, but Grayson's in the chat. $4.99 super chat. I thank you. Says late to the chat, but Dodgers should go for the throat and sign a lefty starting pitcher and a lefty reliever. Listen, I am all about the all in, and I agree that this team needs more help from the lefty throwing side of the ball, of the mound. Hader, we've heard a lot about Hader. Don't know that that's going to happen, but they've been one of the teams that's most often linked to Josh Hader. Shota Imanaga is down to the wire when it comes to his posting window. He needs to pick a team. They need to announce a team by Thursday the 11th, or else he has to go back to Yokohama. If I don't know what kind of deal he's looking for, I would say, just looking at this team's past, you know, its history and past moves, I cannot see them going with a 4 or 5 year, $100 million deal. But this is a different front office, a different feeling front office. This is a team that, you know, doesn't care about you. It says F your feelings. We want everybody. So it's not out of the realm of reality for Imanaga to end up being a Dodger. I wouldn't go very, very high on it, but again, not out of the realm of potential possibility here. And I lost the comments, so let me do a thing. We'll read a couple more, and then we will get the hell out of here as soon as we can. Not as soon as we can, but we will get the hell out of here. Let's see. See, Zubai said if we added Randy Arozarena, it's game over. Now I wouldn't even know where you would put Randy Arozarena, to be honest. Because at this point, What do you do with Randy Arozarena? You just sign Teoscar Hernandez. If you have no faith, if you want to punt on Jason Hayward, that's an option. If you're out on James Outman, then you would do Randy. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let me get in here. 9-inch pincher in the chat. Great name. $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Our utility man CT3 can be opened up as well. CT is going to be a massively important part of this roster. He's going to be one of them. He's got to stay healthy, but he's going to be a critical member of this team. I was gonna like at least have a segment about it or drop a solo video somewhere along the way about how I'm going all in on a bounce back year for CT3. I think this is a dude who's pissed about his last year. And he wants to do right by this team after signing that big $64 million contract. And even if he's not a starting left fielder or starting whatever, he's still a guy that's going to get into 130, 140 games. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be opportunity. There's going to be some people being ineffective somewhere. But this is a team that I don't want to see Mookie Betts playing 150 games, 160 games. I don't want to see that because clearly his body can't handle that, and then he craps out in the playoffs. We've seen it the last 2 years. He's older now. Even with putting on the weight and the good muscle and all that shit last year, it didn't work out. How many hits did he have in the postseason? 0. More strikes on the bowling alley than anyways. I don't want to get into the bowling thing, but keep him refreshed, like he was so damn tired after that insane August that he put together, and then the MVP push that really kicked his ass, and then trying to get to that 40th home run really kicked his ass, but he was out of juice. He should have been resting. He really should have been resting, and then bit everybody in the ass. Let's see. Noah Ortega brought up the Bellinger. I like this comment saying, we broke up with Bellinger. He's jealous. We moved on. Oh yeah. 100%. Be a jealous ex right there. Let's see. Kevin US, was that a DMAC spoiler? No, not DMAC. Tomorrow, hopefully a good friend of mine, somebody you guys know and would have seen on streams before. But that's about it. We'll circle back here and talk about or reaffirm what we know so far. So Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez, in agreement, 1-year deal, $23.5 million. Great deal for team, great deal for player. Gets him back out into free agency. As a 31-year-old, as a 32-year-old, he can still go out and get his money after having a nice big year and after having earned himself a World Series ring. You add him to Yamamoto, you add him to Shohei Ohtani, you add him to the trade for Tyler Glasnow, and hey, we'll throw in the re-signing of Jason Hayward. We'll throw in the addition of Manuel Margot, and this has been a busy, a fruitful, but a still not yet done offseason for the Dodgers. There is a move to be made. There is, did I miss two? I thought I got all of the super chats in here. I'm pretty sure I got them all, unless I missed them. If I did, I apologize, but I got Mike, I got you, Diane, I got Ricky, and I got Grayson, I got 9-inch pincher. It's so good. But if I missed any, I apologize, guys. I always want to make sure I get to any super chats. I want to get to as many comments as I can while also keeping some semblance of a flow to a show. All comment shows are fun as well. I really enjoy having a thread or a narrative somewhere, and then we could just blow up the thread and the narrative along the way. But you know what? The Dodgers keep winning, and look at us. We keep winning. The Dodgers go out and add another massive piece to this roster and set themselves up for more success in 2024. If I don't know, so somebody said I did miss 2. Did I miss 2 more super chats? Because it doesn't let me go all the way back, guys. I apologize about that. The chat gives me it limits me up to a certain point. Let me see what I can do. Let me try to click some things and Diane says we want your computer to be paid for. Same Z's. I think it's getting there. But if I missed anybody, I will find them. I have a particular set of skills. I will find them, and I will at least give them some love in Monday's chat. I will do my best to do that. But I feel like it's about time to get the heck out of here. Unless you guys feel different, but everybody else is already on live, so I am gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys in the chats. Appreciate all the super chats, all of your comments, hanging out with me over some of the bigger boys, because I'm the biggest boy. It's a fat joke, I believe, right there. But listen to this. If you can't ever make these things live, I do the audio things. I'm on the iTunes, the Spotify, the iHeartRadio. We're going to stay there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. You're not going to miss us going live. I'm Real FRG on the social media places and things. Any follows you guys give to me or my at All Dodgers LA really help out everybody. And yada, yada. I love you. Let's go Dodgers, because words and things, and they keep winning and we keep winning, and that's about it. Okay, I'm going to go now. Bye.